Starts when it said it starts or not. And I will try to find a place for this. Because my tripod's in the car. I don't feel like walking outside again. I've been outside enough today. Whoa, break my face. That should be good, I think. Yep. So I do it. I'm making the plans right now, everybody. And I'm going to share the link on the Book of Faces. And then we'll get started. So
you no longer know.
I'm here, guys. I just want to send the links out to my social media pages. Let's see. Guess I'll. Oop. I'm gonna. Oops. Hold on. Too many tabs open. All right. One more. One more link. And we'll be good to go. So yeah, I want to talk about some audio news. And obviously, as you see in the title, I also want to talk about my friend who he actually was a big part of Real Home Recording. I'll talk more once I get on screen. Still making. I wanted to start the broadcast on time, and I almost made it by 2 minutes. So I'm getting better at that. At least it's not a half hour late, right? And you can hear my voice. Let's see. Oh, there's so many products coming out. So many products. It's crazy. I mean, if they would have had half of the stuff back in 2008 when I really got into audio mixing, I mean, there was a lot of plugins back then, but not nearly. I mean, you have all the plugins that were then, plus all the ones now. I mean, it's great to be an audio engineer in 2021. All things considered. So one more. Oh, here we go. This is what I want. This is what I want to write down. And I'll keep this window open. You can't see it. By the way, Windows 11 sucks. Let me just be on the record. First of all, I thought Microsoft said Windows 10 would be it. Right? Remember they said Windows 10 would be it? Whatever happened to that? So, of course, there's compatibility issues already. So, in my opinion, it's just more. It's the same old shit from Microsoft. Same old shit. Am I allowed to cuss on YouTube anymore? Oh. Save highlight. Oh, that's a cool option. I don't know what that means, but let's see. Highlight saved to your channel is unlisted. All right. Ooh, it's crooked. Hold on. Hold on. Let me uncrooked it. Did I ever show you guys the Bell collection? Let me see something here. Since nobody's on right now, double check. Yep.
Spending too much time prospecting? Introducing Lucia, the perfect tool for.
All right. We shall. You know what? I just will wait. See if anybody else is on here. No. All right. I will put together a few more notes then, since nobody else is here. What? Hmm. Well, that's cool. All right. I'll definitely talk about this. I don't know if they have any. All right. I will be on screen in a second. Oh, crap. Hmm. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Even if I'm just talking to myself, it's okay. Because I need to make this video. I need to make this video. So, um, ooh, it's like so hard to do this sometimes. All right. So, I want to start off the broadcast speaking from the heart, not from my notes. So, a very important member of the Real Home Recording family died last month, I believe on September 6th. And you may know him from a lot of the guitar demos, the amp simulators. He was the guy, he was the musician who played for the Shure the Shure KSM 8 demos. He was on the real time home studio recording video. If you guys remember that, I basically just allowed you to be a fly on the wall while I was setting up and recording somebody. Um, so his drums, his drumming, his playing in general were on the Acoustica Audio Ultramarine review demo. His name's Chris. I can't say his last name, but he had a really cool last name. It's unfortunately I don't want to say it just for privacy reasons, but his first name was Chris, and unfortunately I believe addiction got to him. Is from what I was what was rumored and what I understand. Um, addiction. So another one of my friends gone because of that stuff. You know, and I just say to everybody out there, please, especially if you're young, do not even start. Do not even start using stuff because it will hook you and it will cost a lot of money. It'll mess up your health, and ultimately you could die. So that's really the best message I think. Because Chris otherwise was a very stand-up guy. He was super nice. He was always nice to me. And really it wasn't until he became re-addicted He relapsed. That we broke up our friendship. But there was a reason for that. But Chris was. I will always remember the positive things about Chris. And like I said, he was an integral part, and still will be an integral part to this channel. I'll still use the recordings we did over the years, direct box recordings of guitar. Um, just like I said, he was like a really cool guy, and funny, very nice, and you know, I have that the vast majority of the things I want to say about him were positive, and it's just a shame when I heard that he died. I didn't hear he died until um, towards the end of September, and I'm like, damn, like that's crazy. Here today, gone tomorrow, as the old saying goes. But that's life, man. That's life. Everybody dies, and that's how it is. But like I said, I'm gonna keep Chris alive in future real home recording videos. Speaking of which, there is a PV5150 amp sim, a new one. I haven't demoed it yet, but I just wanted to talk about it. So from Kush Audio, makers of True Iron, I'm sorry, Kazrog, not Kush, Kazrog. Oh God, Kazrog. I'm tired. Kazrog, the makers of Thermionic. I forget the name of the other thing, but yeah, they make True Iron, very good distortion company, and they have made the, let's see, Ampcraft 1992, and it is a PV5150 emulation. Apparently, they're going to be emulating a bunch of other amp sims. I'm sorry, a bunch of other amplifiers and speaker cabinets. So that's cool. I'll have to check it out. It's been getting good praise over on Gears Space, and that's about it. And I believe it has a nice clean channel from what I understand. And I definitely will be playing some of Chris's guitar through that if I check the plugin out, which I do plan on doing. Um, Another company I've been checking out is Pulsar Modular, and apparently they have been looking for YouTube influencers for the past 2 years. Well, I know that for a while I didn't have my email public, so maybe he was looking for it then and didn't see it. But anyway, I will check out some of their plugins because they've been somewhat controversial. Like in terms of price, more than anything, they are a lot higher priced than most plugins are these days, and therefore people are like really skeptical or leery about like why would you charge all this money. And I'm just like, you know what, if somebody wanted to charge $1,000 for a plugin, they could do that. Now will it sell? I have no idea, but people are welcome to price their goods at whatever cost they want. So anyway, they have two plugins I'm going to check out. And the cool thing is, so the way they want to do it is, if you are a quote unquote influencer, and I guess I am, um, review their products, and whether or not you give a good review or not, they'll still give you a not for resale license. So that's cool. So I mean, I'm always honest with software I get anyway. So which is why, um, well, it's more of a matter of time than anything. But I basically have lost, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I can't say anything negative about certain things. Come on, that's ridiculous. But yeah, some companies will blacklist you if you dare speak ill of them. And it's like, okay, whatever. Make your product like perfect, and I won't complain. But anyway, so P42, which is it's like a distortion slash saturation slash tone shaper. It's an interesting little plugin, and from what I've heard, it's really good. And oh, I it may end up replacing True Iron, possibly. We'll see. And also the other one was Lunar Lander, okay, which is a delay reverb plugin. So this company, like I said, they've been around for at least 2 years, from my understanding. They are not to be confused with Pulsar Audio. It's a different company. This is Pulsar or Pulsar Modular, and I'll be checking them out. If you want to check them out, go ahead and tell them Real Home Recording sent you. Speaking of Slate Digital, or did I was I speaking of Slate Digital? No, not well. Actually, kind of, because the people that are at Pulsar Audio, the other company, Pulsar Audio's developers, um, they actually were a part of Slate Digital at some point. So yeah, Slate Digital just released an auto tune competitor called, is it MetaTune or MetaTuner? MetaTune. So MetaTune, apparently, number one, it's cheaper than Auto Tune Professional or whatever it's being called these days. It can get that old school robotic like T-Pain effect, or it can be very natural. I haven't checked it out myself. That is one I will probably check out because I don't really talk about pitch correction plugins very often. I'm more of an EQ and compressor guy, and saturation. So I definitely want to mix things up and check that out, even though I'm happy with Waves real time. And yeah, on to the next bit of news. We have, oh, by the way, if you guys have questions for me about stuff, go ahead and throw them in the chat room right there. And whether it's about audio engineering or anything else, you can ask it. I may not answer it, but it's worth asking. So Universal Audio Bolt, not to be confused with the Chevrolet Bolt, is a brand new line of audio interfaces from Universal Audio. And well, it's kind of interesting. So they took out the DSP chip that will work with any plugin and made it so that just their 1176 compressor was available. So yes, these interfaces are very, very affordable, and I guess the basic idea is that you get a nice clean preamp and AD converter and DA converter. But man, that market is so tight right now. It's Universal Audio is cool, but like their main selling point is their DSP chips. However outdated they are, that's definitely their claim to fame. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they are. Unfortunately, right now I don't have the time to do any hardware reviews. I mean, I had a microphone that I wanted to review last year, never got around to doing it, which I feel bad because this video probably will get a significant amount of views, and I just the days are too busy, and it's just going to get worse for me. Um, okay, louder than liftoff updated their silver bullet. Speaking of hardware, updated their silver bullet to Mark II. The original one I absolutely love. That's on Access Analog. Basically, it is a combination saturation box that can sound kind of like an Eve, kind of like an API. It also has preamps, so you can use it for recording or you can use it for mastering. Um, Best way to describe it is it brings life to your tracks, and unfortunately, I'm going to blow my nose on a live broadcast for the first time, but I'm going to do it off camera, of course. Sorry, guys, I didn't take my allergy medication, and the dust is getting to me now. So there you go. After all this time, I did not ever have to sneeze or anything on air, and there's no pause button, and there's no mute button. So there you go. Um, it's acting up again. All right. London Acoustics released a tape plugin. London Acoustics has possibly one of the best vocal compressors, and I'm forgetting the name of it right now, unfortunately. But yeah, London Acoustics is an Acoustica Audio third-party affiliate, and a lot of people are saying it's called Taipei or Taipei, Taipei. So that's another one I've been meaning to check out and just haven't gotten around to doing it. And speaking of hardware companies getting into new markets, Solid State Logic have they've released an official SSL Fusion plugin, and apparently they now have a plugin subscription. Sorry, like I said, guys, I'm tired, but I wanted to get this live broadcast done. So why are they splitting up the SSL Fusion into like four different plugins? Like, if you're gonna emulate a piece of hardware, give us every piece of it, and definitely don't charge people $150 for sections of a piece of hardware. That's ridiculous. Um, I've never checked out Solid State Logic plugins, so maybe they're good emulations. I have no idea. I've heard good things about them, but it's just never been my cup of tea. I mean, if I want SSL, I can turn to Acoustical Audio or IK Multimedia. Slate has one in there, so I'm SSL'd out, and plus I have the hardware to use on Access Analog. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's it actually for my news. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, I'll stick around for like another minute. See if you want to ask them. I'll check the chat. But if not, I want to thank you all for joining the broadcast. And again, my condolences to Chris's family. It's a shame that that happened, but you know, it's another cautionary tale. Um, that's about it. So, like I said, I'll stick around for like another 40 seconds or whatever. And I really want to try to make videos though. I've been going with the we'll say government videos. I haven't, and I'm kind of just, I don't want to say I'm getting bored, but others are picking up the slack. So, I'll do what I'm doing, but I'd rather do audio engineering videos again. I'd rather do just something exciting. So, oh, by the way, I was just checking out the musician Pitbull, the bald guy, not me, but the other guy, the other bald guy. Pitbull has some amazing music. If you want to be a electronic music producer, in whether it's pop or whatever dance, um, this guy makes. I don't know if he's the one that produces it or somebody or other people do, but the guy has really creative mixes. I know I'm not like saying anything new to most of you guys, but I never really like dug deep into his catalog like I did right before this broadcast. That's one reason why I was 2 minutes late. I was like, dancing to Pitbull's music. Let me get. I'll get the title of the one I was just listening to. This was a cool song, and I saw there was like two chat messages. Oh no, I closed Spotify. Darn it. I don't remember the name of the song now. But it had like four guest artists on there. So, oops. Let's get my glasses back on to see the chat messages. But yeah, Pitbull's awesome. Have I ever thought of making, this is from the villain of the story. Have I ever thought of making acoustic panel videos? I did one a long time ago, and um, I can't remember the name. I think it was just called. I can't remember. I know I did one though. I definitely did one. I had like a time lapse of how long it took us to put it together, and then of course, you have to wait for the glue to stick. It's a whole process. I mean, it took like 3 hours to do like just the early reflection absorption from with RLX panels, and I had to have a friend over to help me out. It was actually harder than I thought. So you know what? I'm it's gonna kill me if I don't find out that Pitbull song. So I'm gonna go find out what it was called. The best mixing plugin. Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I'm gonna say I could do an entire mix and master with just isotope ozone. Um, I don't know about the standard version, but definitely the advanced version. I mean, but technically that's like 8 plugins in one. But I mean, if I just had to have one, then it would be ozone from isotope. It's got a lot of different options. But it's really, I mean, that's like saying, can you only mix with like, an 1176 and a Pultec? I mean, yeah, you can, but I mean, the combination of either Neve or API equalizers, LA3A, LA2A, 1176 compressors, and then solid state logic emulation for mixing equalizers. Uh, I guess the SSL channel, which you kind of get with Slate Digital has their FG, I think it's 401 compressor. So that like actually yeah, the virtual mix rack from Slate Digital is really cool too. I'm not sure. I haven't really tried using it as a limiter. I guess the 1176 could be used as a brick wall limiter. So yeah, the virtual mix rack from Slate Digital is really good. Um, let's see. Trying to just think of like one plugin. One plugin. Well, the only problem with the Slate Digital though is it doesn't have reverb or delay. Ozone, I don't know if Ozone did have a reverb at one point. So, but for mixing you absolutely need a good equalizer. Like that is the most important by far effect that you can have, um, because you always have faders. You could always automate the volume, but if your EQ isn't good, um, so it's hard to say. But like the white channel or the British channel from IK, because that's an SSL. Um, it's an SSL channel strip that has a built-in compressor. But again, I don't have a. If it's just for mixing, all you need is a channel compressor. So, which by the way, I recently found out the SSL channel compressor is somewhat similar to a DBX 160 or 165. It's VCA compressors in line with each channel. Um, Limited, but still there. So that kind of makes sense why it sounds good. I don't know if that's true or not, but it kind of makes sense since I do know that DBX VCAs were in the original SSL bus compressor or the quad bus compressor or whatever it's called. So, oh, definitely compress first, and then your limiter is gonna be usually on your mix bus. But I mean, I like doing serial compression. I actually am going to be doing this is the one I wanted to do. So I want to do like brand new plugins or even old ones. It doesn't matter. I have a whole big list of plugins that I haven't tried yet, and ones that I have, and I want to challenge myself to only use like 3 or 4 plugins per mix. So one equalizer, one compressor, one saturation plugin, and what was the one, I call them spatial plugins, so delay or reverb. So I want to challenge myself to see what kind of mix I could get with just using 4 plugins per mix. So I couldn't limit myself to just one. It's very tough to do that. um that's one good reason why like Slate Digital has a subscription plugin system where I think is it $25 a month, and you can get like all their plugins. And I mean, they have so many plugins. They have de-esser, they have a de-esser, they have reverb, they have delay, they have all kinds of equalizers, they have all kinds of compressors, they have all kinds of saturation. It really is the best deal if you're doing audio mixing or audio mastering. trying to think if they have a limiter. Um, yeah, I don't think Slate has a brick wall limiter. I may be wrong about that, but Loud Max. I'm actually check this out. So one of the videos, I'm gonna use Ozone Maximizer, which is it has a lot of it uses a lot of CPU, but I want to see if I can use that one plugin on every single track, no matter what. And if I have to bounce a bunch of tracks, then so be it. But I want to see if Ozone Maximizer by itself, with its spectral dynamics, can do the job for every little source. And if it can, holy crap! So, because you got to remember, guys, just think about it like this. And this is why I want to do this. I've been wanting to do this series for so long. Is if you could only limit yourself to just 4 plugins, you would learn how to use those plugins to their maximum ability, and in the process, save a ton of money. So, and I know the plugin makers don't want me saying that, but look, you guys have enough plugin addicts that you can make your business model off of. Um, but like, yeah, I want to see how good are these plugins pushed to the max. I'm gonna try Loud Max by itself as well. Like, so Loud Max will be the only compressor I have. I love Loud Max, which, by the way, it's a free plugin. You can donate to the guy that makes it though, which I've done a couple times because I use it like a lot, and the guy, he updates it like every other month or every month. So Loud Max continues to be a great plugin, and I also want to try out LA3A. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. But anyway, guys, I'm starting to feel the my sleep kicking in, so I got to get off of here. I have been waking up earlier than normal for the past few days, and it's just not. I can hear my words kind of going slow, so I hear my voice dragging off too. I talk to a lot of people. Um, but yeah, that's it. Thank you all again for joining, and yeah, the gold DBX VCAs. I honestly don't know what that means, like in terms of quality. I mean, just because are they actually gold? Are they made out of gold, or is that like a marketing thing? I have no idea. But yeah, the solid state logic bus compressor is it's a specialty item, but man, if you yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Actually, that's going to be one of my challenges. I'm going to see if the SSL bus. You're welcome, P Money. If the SSL bus compressor can. If you want to ask me a few more questions, I'll stick around, man. If or I don't know if you're a woman or a guy, but yeah, I'll stick around for a few more. But I want to try to see if the SSL bus compressor can be used on channels. So, all right, they're in gold tone cans. I don't know about actual gold content. Oh, okay, so when you open up when you unscrew the case, then you can see the gold. That's cool. Yeah. And I know that up on access and I'm sorry, up on mixanalog.com they have their SSL bus, like, not emulation. What's the word? Oh yeah, I haven't been doing videos for a while. I can't remember. Clone, that's it. They cloned the SSL bus compressor, and I like using that. I mean, the one on Access Analog's cool too, but um, out of the two, I do prefer the grittier, more vintage one, and they do use those DBX gold cans. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but the guys on Mix Analog say they do, so I'll take their word for it. They seem to know what they're doing. But yeah, again, rest in peace, Chris. I'm gonna miss you, man. I wish I wish we didn't end on bad terms, or I mean, we just stopped talking to each other. I don't want to get into the details, but you addiction is a bitch, and I refuse to judge his actions when he was addicted. Um, so I again I'm gonna keep things positive. and keep Chris's memory alive by continuing to use, you know, the different guitar um, recordings that I did with him. The guy was an amazing musician. It's a shame he didn't find a good band to play with, and you know he really could have. I think been. I think he was good enough when he was at his peak. You know, when he was able to practice a lot more. So like in his early 20s. Um, I think if he would have found the right, if he would have went to like Nashville or New York or any of the music cities, Chicago, the guy would have made it as a probably like a studio session musician or something like that at the very least. So all right, so I want to thank Knocker. Is that how you pronounce your username? Um, yeah, the G384 or whatever is the SSL with the gold can VCA as they were in the old consoles. Yep. And I think they changed to a different VCA around the year 2000. Yeah, probably when they went to like the super analog, um, the super analog designs, then they probably switched their components, which it's cool. You have to. First of all, a lot of times parts just become obsolete. You can't buy the parts because even if SSL is buying like let's say 1,000 of them every year, DBX might be like, sorry man, it's not enough. I mean, like film. I'm surprised they still make film. Kodak film. I think Kodak is the only one making film, right? Because everybody switched to digital basically, but there are some movies still. I think they do like one run of film every 6 months or something like that. So yeah, but you can still buy it. You can still buy 35 millimeter. You can still buy, I don't know if they sell, what was it, 70 millimeter. I was trying to think of the name of it, but yeah, it's crazy. It's the old becomes new again, and that it just shows you that old designs aren't necessarily bad. I mean, things peak. I think audio technology, um, well, the consoles probably peaked in the 80s, and then digital recording, I would say right now we're living in the golden age of analog to digital converters. Although because of the supply chain, um, not so much. I heard one of the factories caught fire last year, and they lost like a very expensive machine. Um, AKM, that's the name of the company. So AKM, like, they had a fire at their factory, and they haven't been able to replace that machine yet. Apparently, that's what I read. That's what I heard. So I have no idea. Oh, speaking of which, I need to check out to see if they are going to be doing virtual press attendance at the AES show. I got to look into that. But if they are, I really want to try to do some remote interviews with companies that are going to be at AES. I wish I could go to Las Vegas, but unfortunately, it's not in the cards. Like I said, guys, I'm so busy. Uh, I'm so busy with just doing all kinds of stuff. I really need to limit myself at this point. Um, it's just too much. And actually, it's good because guess what? All the times that people were asking me if I could work for free or could you just do this? No, I can't because people who are paying me are, you know, people who are paying me. That's whose stuff I'm working on. So sorry, get in the back of the line. Even if you have money to give me, and that's it's a good place to be in. It's very really. I think your success is when you can pick and choose your clients, your customers. Um, I'm not at that point yet, but I can say no to free work. Um, my demo reel, my portfolio it's built up enough in my opinion. I don't. I still want to mix a few different music genres that I haven't mixed before, but like I don't think I've done EDM yet. I've done pop music, but just like one or two songs. I have plenty of rock music, plenty of. I could do one or two more raps, but like Yeah, it's a good feeling, guys. It's a good feeling, but still, I haven't replaced the previous income that's been lost. Unfortunately, people are still scared to have weddings. They're still scared to have different events like they used to. There used to be a lot more events going on. Therefore, there was more opportunity, we'll say, and that opportunity has changed. And I don't want to get into all that, but not too happy about that. But you have to adapt or die. That's the bottom line. So that's my advice. Thank you all for the likes, and I'll see if there's any more question. Okay, Nas out of there. Or Nas said it happened with UA and the 1176 for a few years when they couldn't get the proper input attenuators in transformer. Interesting. Yep. It's a shame, but you have to buy that stuff while you can, or buy it used and pay extra. Did I just zoom in? What the heck just happened? Whoa! Oh no! It's gonna start doing this, isn't it? All right, good. It zoomed out. Peace out, everybody. Peace to the world.